Tired of the silence, the sugar-coated lies. Another headline screaming behind vacant eyes. They build up their walls so high and so strong, but the truth's gonna break through before too long. Every single day, the same damn old game, pointing all the fingers, nobody takes the blame. This pressure's building, it's starting to crack. Ain't no turning back now, ain't no holding back. I'm about to say it, yeah, I'm about to scream. Tired of the fake smiles, living in a dream. The real life's bleeding out in the cold. Gotta break the mold, gotta let it unfold. I'm about to say it, every single word. The uncomfortable truth finally gonna be heard. I'm gonna say it.
What's up? What's up? Bestie, welcome, Lori. Good morning. How are you doing, beloved? How's Reaper? Sis, good morning. How are you? Okay. Bestie said I'm good, and you? Uh, Good. I'm doing good. Some interesting things that I came across last night that we're going to cover in today's show. It's serious though. This has nothing to do with we're not going to do the celebrity thing today. This is something a lot more important. You get me? But I'm gonna wait and let some people come in before we get started because I don't want no one to miss this right here. Yeah, you already can tell, huh? Yeah, definitely that. I watched it last night, and then I watched it again this morning. Um, my wife and I watched it this morning, and I still am just so. Last night when I watched this, I couldn't sleep. Not troubled, not necessarily troubled, but just in awe, you know. And this morning when my wife and I was watching it, she was in awe, and I was in awe again. Like so, I was like, you know what? We're gonna talk about this today. We're gonna put this on the table and make sure we get it out. Just make sure y'all share out the live. Those that are coming in, if you will, please hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't click that bell icon, make sure you click that bell icon. That way you get notified when we do go live. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And by all means, when we're finished here, please leave a comment. It's important. Um, this is I don't know. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, then I'm gonna go ahead and start today's show so that way we can get through here. Uh, but it's some things we need to talk about on this. Not even talk about, point out. Like I don't even know if there's words I can even say. Like this is one of those things that speaks for itself. It's gonna carry itself. Like it's just a matter of people gotta get it. You know, bestie. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and start. Let me get that pulled up. And today's video credit goes to Melanie King, but it's a few other people that could get it too. I'm not sure their names. Um, she'll announce that. And overall, it's the Bible in itself. Good morning, Christy. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday to you as well. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. And it's a simple title. Everyone is talking about this. I'm just gonna play it, and We'll listen to it. Again, I think it's something that you all should be able to see. All right, since you're back, thank you for doing that, letting everybody know. I think it's something that, although you're going to hear it from me talking about it, it's important that you, Sullivan man, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hashtag I'm gonna say it. It's important that you see this for yourself. And so, what I would request you do, if you want to see it. Rita, welcome in, bestie. Leave a comment on this live. Like, leave a comment in the comment section on this and say, hey, send me that link. Because people, this is real. Like, I get it. People do not everybody believes in God. Not everybody believes in the Bible. And after hearing this and after watching this, the best advice I can give you, in fact, since I care about you all, is if you do not, you're running out of time starting to. You're running out of time starting to, and you would do well to start doing it immediately. Um, sorry, my grandson called. Um, so I'm just gonna play it. I'm just gonna let y'all hear. Again, this really does no justice hearing, but it'll help. And then you guys can definitely leave a comment below and let me know that, hey, I need the link so I can see it for myself. Because there's some things that they're gonna present to you that you need to see in order to understand the significance of it.
I don't think you're ready for what I'm about to present in this video. I really don't think you're ready for what I'm about to present in this video.
So I just did a video about the signs and wonders being seen overnight. You guys have to check out that video. It's crazy. But then this popped up. And I'm going to show you this, but in particular, it is about Kazakhstan. And when I show you it, it is going to blow your mind. But let's look at this first. It says, meanwhile, earlier over Kazakhstan, this is when everyone's discussing all the crazy
That
stuff that's
indeed,
going on with the
Lori,
orbs, the sky
God is
turning
the
blood
only
red
way.
in Australia, this insane storm in Dubai with the lightning. It is just blowing people's minds. But anyway, this was the sky is doing that thing again it never used to do, where it produces perfectly straight lines. Frequency manipulation. No, guys, we know we're going to see signs in the sun, moon, and stars. And I've seen other rectangle or squares in the sky in other videos, but again, because this was posted about last night, sorry, um, or earlier today, actually, this is what I want to show you.
Какая-то геометрия в небе. Квадратики у нас тут понарисовались.
Не, мне кажется, тень как будто от чего-то. Как будто какой-то проектор и отсвечивает.
Ну почему? Откуда?
Не, ну смотри, под этим квадратом не небо, а все те же
Now
облака.
they're looking
Ну
in the
да.
sky and it's
Почему
got a
квадратик?
square line. It's,
Вот такой
Как будто
again,
квадратик.
something you
у
gotta
зеркала
see.
что-то отсвечивает.
Now, this video comes from Fit Flat Earther, and I think he was the first person that kind of like showed me what was going on over Kazakhstan. But I've got a couple videos to show you. But open your mind, take a look. This is where most people believe the New World Order city is actually going to be.
I don't think you're ready for what I'm about to present in this video. I really don't think you're ready for what I'm about to present in this video. And it all starts in the most unlikely of places. A place they want us to think is nothing but a third world wasteland.
How many of y'all saw the movie Borat? I think it's the name of it. I haven't seen it, but that's what they were showing on the screen. And if you've seen it, then you know about the place that they're talking about. Sis says she did see it. Okay, so you'll know about this place that they're talking about because it was in that movie. Although in the movie it was painted to be like a third world country. I've got friends in Kyiv. Okay, so they should know what this is about too then.
but in reality,
Chrissy said
it's
she's
a
seen it as
place
well.
fit for a king. Well, maybe not a king, but definitely an angel. 200, as a matter of fact. 200 fall.
It's still playing and cut out for a reason. I don't know what that was, but they're showing images right now. Oh, and shout out! This is the fittest flat earther on TikTok.
Propaganda like Borat to keep us from knowing who actually lives here and what this place actually is. I figured it out. I figured out that the top of their pyramid just happens to have a secret meeting chamber with exactly 200 perfectly aligned seats. 200 perfectly aligned seats
Who
that
knows about
just
the
perfectly
pyramid?
matches the amount of fallen angels
What does the
talked about
pyramid represent?
in the book of Enoch. 200 that just almost perfectly matches the amount of impact craters that, I don't know, could have been caused from heavenly bodies crashing down to earth. Heavenly bodies whose leader just happens to also be called Lucifer or the light bearer. The light bearer whose torch is often celebrated across all of the large cities of the world,
They're showing the Statue of
and whose
Liberty.
torch who is oddly placed next to a giant Easter egg. An Easter egg that might actually reveal why eggs are associated with Ishtar, because Easter was originally the celebration of Ishtar, the Assyrian and Babylonian goddess of fertility and sex. And maybe this city is also hiding the free energy that they're using, because I've seen
This is
these
on
exact
point.
buildings associated with the old dirigibles that used to
That's
charge from
correct.
them. But we haven't even talked about the most interesting thing that I found in this city called Istana, which just happens to be an anagram for the word Satan. And it's just down the road from this pyramid. Or should I say, right down the river from this pyramid. And I'm going to take this time and say, all of this is pure speculation. Obviously, there could be other stories here, but too many of them line up to me. Way too many of them.
Mhm.
Especially when you see what I found here. And it's what I started this video with. You look at this and you tell me that doesn't look like some sort of portal. A portal that they might just be using to try to summon some real evil to this place we live. Or maybe even just a prop to propagate their fake summoning of the return of Jesus as a hologram. All I know is there's one thing I definitely know in all of this, is that this movie was created with intention to tell a vision of what this place actually is. Because I would put my money on it that 99% of you have never heard of the city in Kazakhstan called Astana. But you guys know I'm just kidding about all this. I don't really think 200 fallen angels are the actual controllers of this place we live.
Yes, I
That's
do,
just
sis.
silly. And
I
I,
remember when
definitely
you
don't
showed
think
that
they
picture.
build an egg in a
Look.
light-bearing torch to worship anybody.
Understand now, he's on TikTok, so he's got to say these things to throw off the algorithm. We've been through enough with TikTok to know, but so that's why he's saying what he's saying.
Totally not. You guys know I just love to entertain you and create these fairy tales and stories of evil versus good that they don't really exist. I don't really believe in Satan and Lucifer and all the fallen angels.
So I'm gonna play this next video, but I want to highlight something. You know those gold buildings, right? Guys, that's actually pure gold. Solid pure gold. Like it's plated. Those two towers. And they're
Correct.
huge.
Thank you, sis.
Huge. And when
Y'all
you
go and
see
follow
them in
him
person, not in person,
immediately.
but people have done different videos, different perspectives of it. It's massive. I mean, there's so much symbolism in this city. I've never seen anything like it. The only thing that comes close as far as like the design, there's like an owl, they have a phoenix in the river and matching up and all of that is probably DC, which I have shown you. There's like it's an upside down, it's a pentagram that's there.
How many people
About
knew that there
Ishtar
was
that
a
he talked about.
pentagram
That is who was
in
supposed to
DC, where
sit
our capital
on top of the
is?
Capitol, and actually she is, but they call her Columbia, the District of Columbia, and that the Capitol building is called the womb of Ishtar. We've gone over that many times. So understand there's a lot of parallels, and you'll see them, especially here in London, I mean DC, London, and then now
Sis
Kazakhstan.
did. Chrissy did.
Okay, so a lot of people have been messaging me saying they can't find my Kazakhstan Borat videos anymore. And turns out, since they've taken my TikTok
She said
account,
that's why they stole the
this
Tesla
video has also
paperwork
been
and are
taken
using
down
it.
off Facebook as well. So I thought I'd remake it for you beautiful people because I find this one of the most interesting conspiracies or truths I have ever come across. And honestly, it was probably thanks to Tyler Hansen where I first saw this information, but check this out. Okay, so as we all know, Borat the movie made us all believe that Kazakhstan was somewhat a third world mess, you know, with This My Sister and all this shit going on in the slums of Kazakhstan. Now, for those that don't know, Kazakhstan is a massive country situated literally in between some of the biggest powers of the world, China, Russia, you know, you've got Afghanistan and Iran, all the world wars at the bottom here. But
Sis.
Kazakhstan has a
And we
capital
spoke
city
about what the
named
owl sound.
Astana. Now, it looks pristine. It looks like it's living in the future, but more than anything, it is massively symbolic. Now, Astana straight away is an anagram for Satan. We know how they love to jumble up the letters just to hide what their truths are. It's called truth in plain
This
sight.
is
Now, in
gematria as well.
Astana, one of the richest places in the world
Dealing
for
with the
oil
numbers.
reserves,
They'll break
it
it
has
down.
places that look like they're generating free energy and somewhat looks like a new futuristic city that we have never really heard about. And it wouldn't be the anagram of Satan without it having a, you know, memorial for the light, you know, the torch, the light bearer, Lucifer. It's literally all over our realm, you know, the Olympics, the statue of Lucifer, the Statue of Liberty is holding the light.
Sis.
Lucifer was the light bearer of this realm. Now, let me introduce you to the Palace of Peace, which is also, look, there is the torch memorial. This is a pyramid called the Palace of Peace in Astana. Now, does this look like anything to you? Because it sure damn resembles something that I've seen
That
so
part,
many
sis,
times.
just like they try to play
on the dollar
Iran
note.
like a third world
You
country.
know, a
And look
pyramid
how
with
they're
a top
dominating this war.
section, a pyramid
Thanks.
with a top section. Well, you know, the all-seeing eye at the top of the pyramid, that room right there in the Palace of Peace in Astana has an immaculate meeting room. Now, this said meeting room is literally made for worldwide religious meetings that we never, ever hear about. And, you know, right here, there is 200 immaculate seats.
I'm going to pause it right there and ask some questions for a minute. Check this out. Y'all let me know. The Book of Enoch. How many people heard of the Book of Enoch? We just need a 1 or 2 if you haven't. And there's been questions of why it was taken or omitted from the Bible. But it says, and they'll go on to say too, in the Book of Enoch, it talks about 200 fallen angels. And this particular meeting room at the top of this pyramid, which, man, you guys have got to get the link to this. You've got to comment and tell me you need the link. I need you to put your eyes on this. But it has exactly 200 seats for meetings. And that represents like the 200 fallen angels. Rochelle, welcome in. You guys have got to see this. I'm let you. I know we're listening, but I want you to see it.
200. Just like in, you know, the Book of Enoch, which was taken out of the Bible, there was 200 watchers that descended to earth onto Mount Hermon to follow Satan to rule earth. So if there maybe was 200 fallen angels that came down from heaven to rule earth, maybe there would be a meeting room that would look like the all-seeing eye in a place that is an anagram for Satan, where they have 200 immaculate seats and they held worldwide religious meetings that no one ever hears about. And as Tyler Hansen would say, whoosh, the smoking gun,
we
we
have
know they
200
love to
craters
use
around the
gematria
world.
to sign their work. Now
love
look at
you, sis.
Borat's gematria code. It's 233, which is also their favorite
Annabella,
number,
welcome in,
33
Bestie.
times 2, you've got 66. Oh, and looky here, Astana, the capital city
This
of
is the Hebrew
Kazakhstan,
gematria
which
that he's
Borat
adding
was
up.
used to lie to the world to make everyone think it was a third world country, is also the number 233, which once again is their favorite number 33. Times it by 2, you get the 66. But you know, obviously, beautiful people, once again, this is just for entertainment. You know, clearly I don't actually believe that the world is a stage, and movies like this aren't actually in the Matrix just to make us look the other way from certain things and push certain narratives. No, that's just me being a conspiracy theorist once again.
Now, next, I want to play you a couple of videos from this guy named Greg. He calls himself the Trumpet on TikTok, and he he
All right, this guy's the.trumpet.greg, Greg, on TikTok. When you get an opportunity, go and follow him as well. He's going to bring us this next portion. Now, listen, I want you to see it all. I need you all to go back and see all of it. But the way that the Trumpet Greg really breaks this down took me out, y'all. I really, like I said, I couldn't sleep last night, and it wasn't from being like I was just in awe at everything.
breaks down so many things in terms of like art, the UN. I mean, the list goes on and on. And even I think he was the one that made me realize that Kazakhstan is part of the Board of Peace. Yes, they are part of the founding members of the Board of Peace. And what did they say? Peace and safety, peace and safety. Right. And then that pyramid of peace. Really? Really? And if you actually see the way it looks, it's like clear up the top. The light shines all the way through to the bottom, and it is just something otherworldly. And even videos of the city at night, like the lights, it just like what you're seeing now, it doesn't do it justice. It just screams opulence and richness and all of those different things. It's just and it's so crazy because it's just been hidden away, like the city itself, and then what is the function of it? The population is minuscule. It is one of the smallest populations in the world that Kazakhstan has. Yes, one of the smallest in the world, but yet they have this immaculate
It's
city. And if
beautiful
you
looking.
go and you look at it, there's barely anyone ever in walking around. Like it's pretty much empty and dead all the time. At least the videos were able to get out of there. But I've seen probably over a dozen at this point, and it always looks that way.
Where's Magog in the book of Revelation? The zombies are walking toward it inside the UN building. The zombie is walking toward the bird that is over the dragon. It's that bird over that dragon with the sword. That's the back wall of the United Nations building. And that bird over that dragon is that bird in Magog. And that's next on the trumpet. The legend is there's a dragon underneath the bird that laid an egg, which is the sun in the tree of life. That bird. It's that egg in that tree of life. Magog, Kazakhstan, whatever. Revelation 20 says Gog and Magog. Those people are these
Hey,
people.
the World's Fair. We're
They're
gonna
from
we're gonna
Japan,
cover that
right
in a
here.
couple of days, sis. But you're
And
right.
Astana is right in the middle of it. The
I think we're
bird
gonna
has a
make this like a
name,
3-part
and it is
series.
an AI model that runs all of their money. The bird's name is Samruk, just like their AI model that was appointed to their board of directors. The AI-powered board
Mm-hmm.
member that
Love my
Astana is
sister,
going to put
y'all.
into place
She be on
will run
point.
the region with decision-making powers. So that's happening right now in Astana. And out of the 173 billion that they'll be rolling around in, 44 billion of it is ours.
Now, he said 44.8 billion is from the United States. What does that mean, Mr. Breaking News? Well, that means our country knows about this. This means our country invested in this $44.8 billion. But we ain't gonna stop there. There's more.
And when these three superpowers are eliminated in a war, then Kazakhstan will be the number one nuclear arsenal.
Russia, United States, and Ukraine are the three he's talking about. When they're wiped out, this place came forth and will be basically the top, running everything.
On the planet. Remember, that's Magog. Revelation chapter 20. Right there in verse 8. The boardroom for the fallen angels. There's 200 fallen angels according to the book of Enoch. 200 angels descended to earth. 200 people for religious meetings can meet at the top of that pyramid. That's the hole in the middle of the boardroom. That hole right there. Right down there. Over the hanging gardens. Wow. Those hanging gardens. I know. The hanging gardens of Babylon. The boardroom is over the hanging gardens in the pyramid. That's the sign on the elevator. At the top of that pyramid, right there. If you don't have wings when you go through the boardroom table, you're going to end up right there. And they were in all 200 who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon. All about the watchers is written in Enoch, book 1. And if you go to my link tree on my bio page, that codex that I make, it has the book of Jubilees in it, Enoch 1, the book of Jasher, the book of Gad, and the gospel of Nicodemus, the descent into the underworld. And the underworld doesn't have a lobby with a glass pyramid in it. The Knights of the Round Table over the hanging gardens. I hope they don't hit this Jesus statue right here while they're bombing Lebanon, because Lebanon was tired. Right here in the book of Isaiah, it tells you that Lebanon shall see the glory of the Lord. Come on, you know I'm going to take you right there. All you got to do is scroll in, touch that little thing right there. Boom, bam, it all lights up. And then it's that blue dot right there on the bridge. Bam. It goes over and you scroll, move it. 2, 3. The glory of the Lord right there.
Wow.
The mysterious pyramid offered by a founding member of the Board of Peace
And a
is
bell.
next on the trumpet. That pyramid
That
is in
part
Kazakhstan,
right there.
and they are a founding member of the Board of Peace that was launched by President Trump. That's where the Palace of Peace is, and the boardroom at the top holds 200 people. It literally says 200 people for religious meetings.
He was scrolling too. He's
right
like,
there.
Oh,
you know,
over this
200
way.
fallen angels descended onto Mount Hermon. This is definitely in the land of Magog right over here. And if you zoom in, you can see the Palace of Peace and Reconciliation. Zoom right in and then click on that dot right there in the corner. Trust me, I'm clicking on all of them. And that one oddly takes you inside at the top of it to the Palace of Peace and Reconciliation boardroom. And you can zoom out and you can see how it comes to a point and it's got the birds all in it flying, the peace doves. And then there's a hole in the middle that goes all the way to the bottom of the pyramid. If you click on that little arrow, it goes right there, and that's the bottom of the board table right there. Wow. And if you want to see the 4 horses of the apocalypse, go down to the opera house right there, and then zoom out, and then click on the little man, and then click on that button right there by that
showing you
parked
through
car.
Google Earth.
Ooh, that one right there. And then you can look at the top of the roof right there, and the 4 horses of the apocalypse are right there. You can see 2 of the founding members of the Board of Peace, the archer and the horseman, right up there in the top corner. And the play on words between Astana and Satana. Just one of the founding members offering this place up, saying, totally can meet here. It's all good. So that just happened January of this year. Peace and religion meetings right up there in the top of the pyramid. I print the Apocrypha Bible and the Dead Sea Scrolls as a codex.
Now, I want to play this next one because there may be some things repeated, but then there's always like a new nugget in his videos. And
it says this, the $40 billion Easter egg the U.S. invested in.
It's as you watch more and more and more and you just learn, it's just the symbolism. And like I always tell people, you don't have to believe in the Bible. You don't have to believe in the supernatural. You don't have to believe in any of it. But they do.
Jenny and Annabella, y'all are on point.
I have
like
proven this
fax
over
machine,
and over,
boy.
even with AI. They said there's something,
I
Elon Musk,
love
they're
it.
summoning the demons. The World Economic Forum, their 2030 agenda, what they want to do, the demonic things that they talk about.
The 2030
I
agenda.
mean, guys, it's all over the literature, everything that they talk about. And
We see
I
how
did
Project
not realize
2025 is happening.
that with the Board of Peace, that is actually now it was offered up by Kazakhstan or Kazakhstan, whatever way you want to pronounce it, for the Board of Peace to actually meet there. Huh? Huh? And keep in mind, while all this war and stuff are going on, there are members of the Board of Peace that are, I don't know, actually, did Russia join the Board of Peace? I have to look it up. But like countries that are part of the Board of Peace but they're fighting each other. It's very strange. This is why I said all of this is staged in order to bring about their new world order. They believe.
Now, those who follow the show over on the other platform, we did talk. We had a show and we spoke about an incident that happened here in our country in September 2001, and a guy who was the president at the time had mentioned New World Order quite a bit, and and they're displaying, they are presenting to us right here exactly where that is and what it looks like. I have to tell you, this it is beautiful, but that those of us that know the Bible know that the devil comes in many disguises, and so what can appear to look beautiful is also known to, you know, bait us in and stuff like that to do, fall. Hey, listen, I'm not here to judge nobody, but if anybody is already doing his work, the devil's work, well, he don't have to convince you to do anything. He don't have to, you know, uh, disguise himself as nothing. If you're already his soldier, he already has you.
Believe in the Freemasonry. They believe in and the Illuminati. There's kind of like levels to it. But if you the Knights Templar, there are so many spiritual kind of elements in everything that they do, and most people just bypass it. They don't think about it. Even here in our country, like I told you with DC, it's full of it everywhere.
What you was
And
talking
it's
about earlier, sis.
demonic. It is 100% demonic. And everywhere you
Annabella said
look,
we
even the
only know
Statue of Liberty,
5% of our
there's the
oceans.
Freemason little compass and a G on it. Like nearly all of our statues and monuments, you'll see those things.
Sis said his
So don't
pops did
dismiss
too.
this. But I think it's important to see it because we are in the last days. And these are their plans, right? This is what Satan wants for his plans, where he's going to rule
Miss what
once
Rita
he,
said. I'm sorry.
defeats Jesus. He believes that at the end of the tribulation. Yes, because he's still full of pride and foolishness. This is what these are man's plans. But we know this is they are hurtling towards their end. And that is
Temple
why
still
we're seeing
exists, just
all this
took
craziness
a different
happening
name.
at
And,
once.
and that's true.
I
That's a
couldn't
true
understand it
statement.
last year. And I just kept saying, this is it. This is it. God kept putting it in my spirit. And then once the war broke out, put it all together, the energy lockdowns, how they get the oil, what they want to do, to enslave us. All these AI data centers, the mark of the beast technology just rolled out. More people are talking about that, a chip that came out, but I've showed you guys what that is. So we're just seeing it ramp up the beast system. But again, these are their plans, right? They want to depopulate the earth, and then the people that are left, well, we're just going to be their slaves. That is the plan, because they they believe that they are going to rule this world, but they're going to be destroyed in very short order, as the Bible says.
People just like the fallen angels. An Easter egg laid in the tree of life is just one of the things that we paid over $40 billion for in Astana, Kazakhstan. That place is actually called Magog in the Bible. But if you scroll around a little bit, you can see the columns of Freemasonry right there, Obed and Gasam or whatever they are. And then if you scroll right past them, you can see the presidential palace and then the triangle or the pyramid, which is the palace of peace and reconciliation. And that's next on the trumpet. Over $40 billion, built you a nice pyramid with a boardroom for 200 people, just like the fallen angels right there. And then right across the river, as soon as you get out of the board meeting, you can go over to the presidential palace and enjoy a nice evening right there. .gov site right here for the USA shows that we spent $44.8 billion in Kazakhstan. When the top 3 nuclear powers are eliminated, Kazakhstan will be the new leader. Largest producer of uranium in the world. When the Soviet Union collapsed, they ended up with all the warheads.
If you all remember a few days ago, the cheddar color coat leader, he made reference or mention of uranium.
These people are a founding member of the Board of Peace. What a great idea to be the founding member of that.
The Board of Peace was launched at the initiative of President Cheddar Color Coat Leader.
We paid for all this too. And inside this egg, which is laid in the tree of life, there's a shape of the planet right here that's never been seen before. So it's sort of like half round, half flat, half whatever you call it. It has all the continents on it inside the egg that was laid in the tree of life. The celebration about that egg in the tree of life is supposedly one of the oldest celebrations on the earth.
The celebration takes place around March 21st through the 23rd, the time of the spring equinox, when day and night become equal.
It's at the end of March. So we paid billions of dollars for this great cosmic tree where this bird lays a golden egg, which is the sun, and then this dragon that lives beneath the tree, he tried to eat the egg. Right around Easter time. You just let that $44 billion sit there with you for a minute. Where do you think all the people are going to gather for their religious meetings? Not only did we build that pyramid right there in the background, but we built a copy of the bird that laid that egg in the tree of life, too. These people we've got billions of dollars invested into don't look for a lot of eggs because they think it's the sun.
So again, like I said, there's a lot of layers that go into it. And that bird that you see is actually a phoenix. I mean, we can go into layers of what they believe about the phoenix. It is actually
Annabelle.
also believed that the American eagle, the bald eagle, that's
Annabelle
not
said
originally, it was
the
not
true
an
New
eagle. That's
Year's
what they
Eve.
say it is.
Absolutely.
And that's how they present it now. But if you look back, there's a ton of evidence, especially with our Freemasonry founding, that it's a phoenix. Also, it is a phoenix, but again, that will be for a completely different video. I think, yeah, this one is almost 30 minutes long as it is. Now, if you want to,
all right, let's give it up to Melanie King. Listen, please. Again, if you're cool with hearing it, thank you. I'm glad you all listened. But listen, I think it's something you need to put your eyes on. I think it's something, especially those who have a hard time believing that the Bible is real. I strongly encourage you to put eyes on this video. I know there's so many people. Well, you know, the Bible's written by man. Is whatever causes you not to believe? I have one question for you. Do you not see these signs going on nowadays? The same times we are living in. The King of Kings talked about this thousands and thousands of years ago. I absolutely will, bestie. A lot, I won't say a lot. Many people are caught up on the fact that men wrote the Bible. I'm going to tell you why that angers me. Because these aren't men that's like average men. These weren't men that's like working at a gas station. These are not men that's working at Fortune 500 companies. These are people and disciples these are men that were disciples that walk with him. Now, yes, the King of Kings told us he's going to come like a thief in the night. We don't know the time or the hour. We don't know the minute or the hour. We don't know. But the one thing he did provide us with is the signs. And I just don't know how people, A, don't see the signs, B, see the signs and still act like it's not happening and still not believe in Jesus Christ. Sis, we're going to cover that tomorrow. But yes, She says, I hope everyone is starting gardens right now because how we're going to survive this BS. Listen, y'all, I I got more. I got more I want to play. And the next episode is going to hit right on what my sister just said. But listen, I'm gonna keep it at three. We're gonna have three different shows. So I mean you got to come back tomorrow. So if you hadn't subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. I don't know what you're waiting for. The people to come in and got some little jokes and don't like what I don't care about them. This is real right here. This is real right here, y'all. Again, if you need no. I ain't gonna say if you need. Listen, if you want, I know you need, but if you want to see it, leave a comment here. Let me know, or a comment on this post. Let me know that you want the link. I'll send it to you. Bessie, I got you coming right now. I got you. I got the link right here. So I will send that to you immediately. But you all, this has been another episode of hashtag I'm gonna say it. I hope it's been eye opening to a lot of you. I hope you all are, it made you even more thirsty to find out what's going on and see just the times that we're living in. And like I said, y'all, we're gonna get deeper into this. My sister just brought up the food thing, and that's important. And we're gonna talk about why that's important. I you know, I'm gonna say this in closing. I owe a friend an apology. I call her friend, she's more than a friend, but I owe an apology. And we can sit here, y'all, and we can argue about what political party is doing what. But at the end of the day, these things were meant to happen. These things were meant to happen. Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Sis, thank you. Listen, you all, if you have the ability to watch Netflix, go and watch Manosphere. Manosphere, yeah, I'm right. Manosphere on Netflix too. Sis referred me to watch that, and I can't tell you guys how many times I had to prevent myself from body slamming the TV. So make sure you watch it without an altered mind, be it liquid courage or be it whatever. Uh, you know, just make sure you got a clear mind because if not, I can see a lot of remotes being thrown at the TV. I can see a lot of bats hitting the TV, and because I was ready to go, I was ready to box them, the guys. I really was. But listen, we'll come back tomorrow. We're gonna follow up on this. There's some more things that is pointed out that are important because we are living it right now. And it explains everything that's going on. The war, what they're trying to do, what they're gonna do, what is leading to. And these things are already profitable. They've already been in the Bible. It's said in the Bible, you know. Annabella said, I can't slam another TV. Look, look, go watch this at a friend's house, then slam their TV. You know, I these guys are the most egotistical, arrogant a-holes. Like, if you've watched my match or if you kept up with my wrestling career, man, one of my favorite things was the pizza cutter and cutting people's heads. I definitely wanted to do that to them uh times 1,000. It's just I could some of the things they were saying. Yeah, make sure no. Yeah, right. Sis, no kids, no kids, zero kids around. But for sure. But the things that they were saying, I couldn't even. Manosphere, Netflix. This has been your self-proclaimed favorite news reporter, Mr. Breaking News, reporting from the newsroom. Check it out. You all have a great day. Thank you for joining me. You all be blessed. Pay attention. Study your word. If you haven't believed, listen, that's fine. You haven't believed, you got time to start now. This isn't fear mongering, none of that. This is me loving you and caring about you enough to know I love you, baby girl, for you to know this is important, y'all. We are in the end times. And I need us all to go up in that first heap when the rapture comes. We all need to be in that. We don't need to be here for that family. We don't need it. All right. So, and the only way that happens is, and understand, even if you choose not to, I'll see you tomorrow, Annabella. I'll be looking for you, baby girl. Even if you choose not to, understand there is going to come a day. It's in his word. It's look. It's in his word. There is going to come a day where every knee will bow and every tongue will confess him to be the Son of God. And if you ain't believing it, when that happens, it's too late. So this is why this is important. All right? Remember, you could be anything in the world, y'all. Be somebody. I love you all to life. Peace and blessings to you all. Have a great day.